So do you know there's two components to making online marketing work? The first component, I'm sure all of you will be very aware of, and the second component, I can almost guarantee you'll be a little surprised and probably a little apprehensive, okay? So let's get stuck into it. My name's Marlon Risher, and today we're going to talk about the two important components of making online marketing work for your business. So the first component is obviously online marketing. So it's basically how do you generate enough traffic to come to your website so you can then capture the details and then put them through a sequence, a nurture sequence. And so that might be Facebook ads, it might be Google ads, it might be social media. You know, there's so many different ways you can drive traffic to your website. And this is kind of what people think of when they think of online marketing. So if you're a small business owner or you have an online business, it's so important to be able to get people to your website, capture their details, and then nurture them with an email follow-up sequence, okay? So I think we all know that. The reality, though, is that that's only 50% of the puzzle. The other 50%, which people struggle with, is the sales component. Because, you know, if you have a business, you never win a client until you pretty much have to talk to them on the phone. If you have an online business, it might be a webinar you have to get them on, but on that webinar, you have to sell them. If you are selling with a sales page on your website where someone can click and purchase, whether you're an e-commerce store or whether you are a business coach selling a $500 program, you still have to sell on that page. Now, the salesperson on a sales page on a website is the copywriter, right? You write it once and it sells multiple times. But most small businesses and medium businesses are never going to use a sales page to that capacity. Most businesses have to actually speak to their prospect to actually make the sale. And this is where so many of you are falling down. Because you think online marketing is all about Facebook. It's all about posting on social media. It's all about capturing and emailing people until they become a client. But the reality is most of you will never ever be able to email people with such convincing emails to get them to buy your $100 product, $500 product, $1,000 product, $5,000 product if you're a financial planner or advisor or an accountant. You just have to get on the phone and you have to become a salesperson. So let me tell you this, sales is the lost art in online marketing. It's the forgotten art. And if you do not get it right, online marketing won't work for you. What you will do is get lots of opportunities, lots of leads, lots of people who you know could be a perfect client, but unless you actually sell them, you can't grow your business. And so think about it this way. Half of the puzzle is online marketing. It's all that fancy, exciting part of what we all are attracted to. Online marketing. It's cheap, it's cost effective, it's scalable, it's all of that. But at the end of the day, if you want to grow your business, you have to become as good, if not better, at sales. So are you focusing on sales? Are you taking sales seriously? So let me give you an example. I have lots of clients who sell programs, consulting, that kind of thing, you know, accountants, financial planners, business coaches, that kind of thing. Most of them, you know, 90% of them have to get on the phone with someone to actually close the deal. And so generating the lead, we find, is actually quite easy. If we use Facebook, we can generate lots of leads, capture the details, and we can nurture them with an automated email sequence. But at some point for that person to buy, you know, an accounting service of an accountant or a financial plan or a program to help them grow their business, typically the only way that's going to happen is with a phone call. And so those businesses, although they can be doing very well online with their content marketing and SEO, and they're getting the opportunities, if they don't become masters at closing the deal, if they don't want to pick the phone up and actually call the leads that are generated, they won't make the sales. And so what they say is, well, online marketing doesn't work, or the leads are bad quality. No, it's not. Online marketing does work, and it doesn't really matter the quality of the lead. If you get someone on the phone who knows how to understand the pain point and show them the solution, you can still convert a percentage of those people. It might not be 80%, it might not be 50%, but what if it's 10, 15, 20%? So every 10 leads you get 2 sales or 1 sale. You know, if you're selling a $5,000 or $6,000 package, even $1,000 service or product, that's significant. And so I want to encourage you and I guess challenge you to understand that when we talk about online marketing, sales is an integrated part of online marketing. And if you will not do the sales component, if you are terrified of sales, if you are scared of sales, and if you don't pick up the phone to call your prospects, don't expect to make online marketing work, because online marketing should be measured by sales. It should not be measured by branding, by likes, by shares, and it should not even be measured by how many leads are generated. It should be measured by how many sales are made. And so the only way for most businesses to make sales is to pick up the phone and to call that prospect. You think about it, if you're a carpet cleaner, a pest controller, a plumber, you have to get on the phone to close the deal. And so I want to encourage you guys, become really good at sales, but also become brave. Become so convinced that your product can solve this pain point of your prospect that you're not calling to sell them something, you're calling to help them. So change your mindset around sales and it'll be easier to make the call. So I hope you enjoyed that. That's kind of what I've been dealing with this week with quite a few clients. So I know that at some point that's going to be something you're going to hit. And so if you want to know more about this whole online marketing thing, because I know online marketing for most businesses, it's kind of a mystery, right? It's a black box. If you want me to unpack it for you in a way that just makes sense with an actionable step of what you need to do, join my webinar, which will help you show you kind of the strategy and how you should integrate your online marketing with your website, with your sales process. And so that webinar will really help you understand the flow so you can get started in a way that makes sense and which is actually actionable. So join the webinar. It's at salesdrivensites.com/webinar. Sign up for that. You'll get on a webinar with me. You can ask questions. It's a great time for you to really start to understand how this, online marketing thing can help grow your business. Because if you are not doing it, I can tell you the top 5% of your industry are. And if you're not doing it, they're doing it and they're taking your prospects and your clients. So sign up for the webinar. I look forward to chatting with you. If you've got any questions, write it in the comments below and I'll speak to you soon.